Perfect. 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 Perfect.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? What is up? Happy Tuesday to you all. We are now live here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel. Guys, let me know in the chat too. How am I sounding? I just need to know as well. I hope all of you again are having a wonderful day. I hope you all enjoying your Tuesday. Hopefully, if you are in the East Coast, hopefully you're staying hydrated. It is hot as all hell today. It is literally, as we speak, it's literally, let me find out here. Where I'm at right now is like 97 degrees, but it feels like 99. A couple hours ago, it was like 100 and something degrees. It is, like my mom would say, el infierno right now, which is hell in Spanish, for those of you that are wondering. But what's going on, everyone? What up? Hey, what up, y'all? As always, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it throughout your entire social media platforms, wherever it is that you share your video with all your friends. And as always, I am Steve, but I am not alone. I'm not alone. We're joined by the good brother, the one, the only, from beautiful, sunny California. Like, look, right now, I'm kind of like talking about the heat, but for him, this is natural. The one, the only, Chase Oliver. What's going on, brother?
It's hot as you guys right now, but yeah, it's pretty good right now. It's
Yeah,
like 70,
for sure.
it's like 70 out here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. But I hope, it must be nice. Over here, it's like 99 degrees almost. It's a heat wave. But again, hopefully everyone that's in the Northeast right now, stay hydrated, drink water, and all that fun stuff. But not only are we here to talk about Monday Night Raw, but we're also going to preview WWE Night of Champions as well. And last night, Raw was the go-home show to Night of Champions, and we already know who's going to the finals of both men. They're both men, King of the Ring, and the women's obviously Queen of the Ring. We heard Goldberg and Gunther speak, and more importantly, again, it was the go-home show. I'll be honest with you, as for a go-home show, it didn't do much for me. It didn't do much. Don't get me wrong, like the opening match, Braun and Penta was great. The main event fucking delivered. But everything else in between the show, your thoughts, Chase?
Yeah, this was a poor Raw in my opinion. Vintage Triple H Go Coast show just coasted his way to Night of Champions. That's pretty much it. Not a lot of noteworthy stuff. Main event was great. Other than that, eh, didn't do a good job.
For sure. But let us know in the chat as well. What are your thoughts on Raw? What did you like? What did you not like? And all that stuff. Draven G writes here, I guess they're still going to Saudi, even though the ceasefire is done. I was really hoping for Cena to name drop Colt Cabana from C Money.
He wasn't gonna do that. CM Punk would have. He would
He
have
wasn't
been
doing
angry back. He would have been angry backstage if that happened.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. Would have been very, very angry. But let's get into this. Let's get into Monday Night Raw. Again, guys, if you guys want to chime in with your thoughts too, feel free to do so here in the chat as well. Let me go here to the here we go. There we go. Let me get this out of the way real quick. Here we go. Here we go. So we kicked off the show, obviously, with Seth Rollins and, the Bronze Stars, whatever you're calling them, right? I still think they should go by division, but they kicked off the show and they basically, they're out there. And again, Rollins once again talking about how, again, the crowd can't make up their fucking minds. 1 minute they're singing his song, 1 minute they're chanting for OTC, 1 minute they're chanting for CM Punk, and next minute they're chanting for Braun Breaker, right? For the most part. And he talks about how they need visionaries like him. The crowd, he's telling that to the crowd, right? And that what is good for them. He says the things that they think they want are because of him. He says Roman only just because of him. He mentioned the reason why Punk is back is because of him. And he says Cody Rhodes is back all because of him. And you can make an argument, hey, that could be very, very true. It continues to run down, obviously, the resumes of all the first thing he's done, right? First NXT champion, first man to cash in at WrestleMania and all that stuff and so forth. And then he also talks about, what happened to LA Knight, what will happen to Penta, and he calls his money in the bank briefcase the end game, and said that he plans, he will always for everything to revolve around him. And then Penta came out and interrupted him. But what was your thoughts, Chase, on the opening segment of the show here?
It's a other waste of time. We've heard Seth Rollins say this already. There was nothing consequential that happened on the show because of this promo. It did not tease anything for is Seth going to be at Night of Champions to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase? It really was I would have taken Seth saying that you guys are so indecisive, no more. The song is done. You won't be able to sing that song no more. And then he plays that new entrance music. At least then it's like, oh, well, it's weird to cut a promo for your new entrance music, but at least something happened. And yeah, no, it was just yapping. He's just yapping. Like, oh, we've heard this before, dog. Like, who cares? Move on. Like this really wasn't needed. Like they were only in the ring just to get to Penta versus Braun Breaker right away. Like that was literally like the only reason why Seth was even in the ring was just for that. So yeah, it was just a waste of time. It honestly was, to be honest. And me talking about it's a waste of time because I don't know why I'm breaking it down like this. Like it's just so bad.
It
Bad by
was.
Seth Rollins. It went too long. It didn't build up any anticipation for anything else on the episode except for the opener. And it didn't do anything to make you think, when is Seth going to cash in? Like Seth didn't take a hint at us. Like, maybe I'm going to be watching CM Punk and John Cena closely. Or maybe I'm looking at Gunther and Goldberg at Saturday night's main event. He didn't do any of that. It's just yapping and stuff. And it's like Paul Heyman's right there. Paul Heyman's the best at doing this, where he can I get what they're probably trying to do. They're trying to make Seth feel like Roman, where Roman got so good on the mic, he didn't need Heyman to talk. Like Heyman talking was like a plus, but Roman became so good on the microphone where it was like, Heyman's just good for little cracks there, and then the traditional Paul Heyman hype speech and the Paul Heyman, promoting side of things. But it's like with Seth, he's never been that good of a talker. Like Seth is great in the ring. He can do anything that you want from him. But on the microphone, it's always been like a hit or miss for Seth. Like Seth's best work on the mic is when he's like a fiery baby face, or if he's like trying to do like a shoot promo. That's like the only time Seth has been really good on the mic. This heel gimmick, it's just not working. It's just not working on the microphone. He's not doing anything to like make me hate him. It's just more annoying. Like it's just like, oh, I'm annoyed watching you, and it's not a good sign. That's not like, oh, well, that must mean it's working. Like, no, it's annoyance is not working. Like that doesn't work. So, yeah, I think this segment was just such a miss, to be honest. Like, I mean, it did lead to Braun versus Penta, but still, yeah.
For sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things where you just wish, like, bro, you got Paul Heyman there, man. Let him do your talking.
And I
Let
get it.
him...
Like I said, they're trying to do what they did with Roman, where it's like, oh shit, Roman's so good on the mic, he doesn't even need Heyman to speak for him. Like that's amazing. Like I get it. They're trying to do that with Seth. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, you know, Seth, like he's so good on the mic, he doesn't need Paul Heyman to talk. And it's like, no, that's it's not the same.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reading the comments here as well. They're going to change this. They are ever going to change his theme song. Then again, you can't trust Def Rebel to make good themes. Would that be something? Like, wouldn't that be something though? Like, he had Def Rebel make the worst song ever, so like people can't sing the song. It's like with Nakamura. Remember when Nakamura had that random song?
Yeah.
And like that almost. Rollins has been cutting the same promo. This from Chief for weeks. Can we please get a name? Get a name for his faction? Is starting to get ridiculous. Hopefully soon we get a name for that promo, for that faction. Hopefully real soon. But what I did like was the opening match. I did like the opening match. We had Penta versus Braun Breaker. I thought this was obviously a very good way to open the show. Again, two of your future talents here, right? Your future right here going at it, and the opening match here. A lot of good near falls. But obviously, when it was all said and done, Penta off the springboard got hit with the spear, and Braun Breaker got the win. And at the end of it, you see like Rollins, obviously, like getting in the face of Penta, tell him, look, I'm just giving you this warning, right? This is your final warning. Don't get involved in our business. That's basically what he was telling him. And Penta was like, no, and shit. But I thought it was a very good match to open the show. Chase, your thoughts?
Yeah, really good match. These two have great chemistry. They work well with each other. Did enjoy it. Yeah, that's really all I can say about it. It was fine for the most part.
For the most part, yes. For the most part, absolutely. After this, they showed a recap about Liv Morgan getting injured from last week. It said that she would miss multiple months of action. There was no specific number of months or direct of a return. Also, they informed AJ Styles, because you guys remember, right? They were supposed to get AJ Styles and Dominic, right? But it was basically Adam Pearce informed Styles that Dominic was also injured for their upcoming Intercontinental Championship match. So it's being postponed. But he promised AJ that he'll get the first crack at the Intercontinental Championship once Mysterio was cleared. Now, I don't recall hearing any injuries about this. Like, were you aware of any? Were you aware of anything about this? Were you aware?
No.
So basically, this is their way of saying Dominic doesn't want to travel to Saudi. Basically,
Dominic or AJ, yeah, one of them is like, I don't feel comfortable doing this show, and WWE's like, okay.
Yeah, can't blame them. I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So that match is happening at a future date, but we did get matches added to the show. So now it's a 6-match card. We'll get into in just a sec here. But after this, we did see the New Day with Grayson Waller. So I guess Grayson Waller is like the third wheel here, basically. Like, you know, just being, I guess, the hype person here. And Adam told him that next week they'll be defending the tag titles against Finn Balor and JD McDonough. I mean, look, from the looks of it, A-Town Down Under's no more. Like Austin Theory wrestled on main event. He got a reaction there, sort of. But it just feels like, you know, okay, they didn't care about the split of A-Town Down Under, so why should we, right? Basically, why should we? After this, we did get we did get the Queen of the Ring semifinal match between Jade Cargill and Roxanne Perez. Overall, this match was okay for the most part. It was cool to see Roxanne Perez go in there. And again, let's be honest, Jade Cargill isn't, taking the world by storm with her in-ring ability, but she was able to, make Jade look good in the ring. That was good to see. I know you guys were going for Roxanne Perez and it didn't go that way. Jade Cargill does advance into the next round, but she had a good showing overall. Look, let's put it this way, right? Like, Roxanne Perez was the finalist in the Women's Rumble, was the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
She had a great showing in Money in the Bank, right? She can't have it all, but her time will come, of course. Her time will come. But we did have the face-off, right? We did have that face-off, right, between Jade and Asuka, and it is official at Money in the Bank. At Night of Champions, the Queen of the Ring finals, Jade Cargill and Asuka, which we'll get into in our preview in a little bit here. But what are your thoughts on the match, Chase? Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought the match was fine. Romeo said it on the True Heat review, and I'm with him. Like, I hate when the heel is the David and the babyface is the Goliath, because it's just like such a weird dynamic to try to pull off between them. I felt Jade looked solid in this match. Roxanne was also pretty fine in this match. Like, I felt both women had solid chemistry. I felt there was something missing between them. Like, I don't know what it was, but they definitely could have kicked it to a better gear. But Jade, it's like she's so stagnant now. Like, everything just feels the same with her. Nothing. I don't know. It's just like there's something like she's not picking. There's something that she is honestly not picking up, and I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. Like, I can't tell you. I really can't tell you what she's missing. Like, she has the look. She knows how to react to the crowd, but it's just like when she gets in the ring with people, it's just like no confidence. Like, it's like something like that. I guess it's like she's just so iffy. And with a person like with Roxanne, who's a good ring general, you would think, oh, okay, this should be easy. And it's like, nah, she's still struggled a bit and stuff. I don't know. It's like Jade, she needs to figure out the beginning portion and the middle portion of the match. At the ending portion, she knows how to get the crowd going. She knows how to get the fans hyped. But it's a rough beginning. It's like, at least figure out the beginning portion to get people to care, like at least that. But yeah, something's off with Jay. But yeah, Jay winning, I'm not really big on it because I felt like she doesn't really need this. But
I agree.
Her versus Asuka is a good match. Like, it's an interesting match. It's a match that's gonna be hard to predict for sure. So I like that. But other than that, yeah, it was fine. It wasn't it wasn't like what I thought it could be, so.
Of course. After this, there was a video package shown again about Jey Uso taking on Cody in the semifinals of the tournament as well. Also, I didn't mention this, but we saw backstage Lyra Valkyria wish Bayley good luck against Becky Lynch, and there was a brief moment of tension between them. And Becky, you see her like behind, somewhere in the background, just lurking, watching everything unfold. And Bayley and Valkyria would say to each other that they're cool to end the interaction. But again, it's like Bayley, basically, it feels like Lyra still feels some type of way that Bayley's getting his opportunity, which we found out later on in the night. But again, maybe they're leading to a three-way down the road. We'll see about that. We did get also Sheamus backstage, and he basically confronted with Rusev because, basically Sheamus was talking to Tasawa and Natalia and Maxine Dupree. It's like all of a sudden he's taking over the Alpha Academy, basically. But then, Rusev came out there to confront him, accusing Sheamus of being two-faced, which led to Sheamus to call him the most egotistical member of League of Nations, to challenge him to a match. Something probably down the road, but I mean, it is what it is. Anything you want to add to this, or we just move on?
I don't know why Sheamus is lying to Natalia and Maxine. They ain't gonna win no tag titles. What happened to Otis? Did Rusev kill him that bad that he hasn't been on TV? Are we building up for an Otis return? Like, is this what this is leading up to? Sheamus and Rusev just feel like they're both stuck in neutral. I really hope they do something with Rusev soon. I hope Rusev gets into a good program with like a guy like a Jey Uso or Sami Zayn, someone on a bigger caliber. I hope Sheamus is in a better program soon. Two talented guys that I feel are just being wasted with each other right now. So,
Of course, it does feel that way, right? Two guys that again deserve better, and it's like, what are we doing? From there, we did get after this, we got Gunther showing up. Gunther showed up, and he basically, what can I say? Addressed Goldberg.
we
He
didn't even talk
addressed
about the
Goldberg.
segment.
What happened?
We didn't even talk about the Goldberg segment before,
Which we'll get into. Oh yeah, that did happen first, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What we were talking about this? We didn't even talk about Goldberg yet.
Well, yeah, Goldberg had a segment. His sit-down interview with Michael Cole. They sit down for 30. It was a 30-minute interview between Michael Cole and Goldberg, which we got the snippets of it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be uploaded if it's not been already on their YouTube channel. Is it up already by any chance? Is it up on their channel?
I haven't checked WWE's YouTube. No, I haven't checked.
But again, just talking about how all this started, right? How all this started, right? Gunther getting in Goldberg's face and found it disrespectful, not just to him, but to his family. Just the stuff you would expect him to say. And I think they also referenced, I think Cole after, like once the clip ended, right? Like back when they went to commentary, that this will be Goldberg's final match. But if he does win the world heavyweight title, that can make things very interesting. But what were your thoughts, Chase, on this whole Goldberg sit down? What we got from it for the most part?
Nothing. There's nothing to think about. It's just the typical Goldberg. He's a macho man. You can't be talking to my family like that. I'm Bill Goldberg. I'm big. I'm strong. I'm better than everyone else. You can't do that to me. That's all it was. It's just Goldberg just being Goldberg. Like,
yeah,
I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't just turn on it. Like, this is his last match, and like, I get it. They're trying to do Goldberg right. They're trying to, celebrate Goldberg. But it's just like, 2 years too late. Like, we should have had this retirement match, like, honestly, like 2 years ago.
WrestleMania 33.
No.
Him and Brock.
Stop. You're giving me a headache now because you're saying a match that shouldn't have been his retirement.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, he wanted this, like, 2 years ago. This is when it should have happened. Like, this should have been when Gunther is, like, about to win the world title. We need a match to make Gunther look really good before winning the world title. There's Goldberg. Now Gunther's the world champion and Goldberg is fighting for a title. And it's like, does Goldberg really need a title match? Like, again, like, is this really something that you think is going to, like, yes, media eyeballs, but is this really going to get a lot of people to tune in that Saturday to say, like, oh, I got to see Bill Goldberg wrestle Gunther? No,
it's not.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where it's like, can you imagine if they pull the shock here? But I doubt. But
they can. They probably can, man. They literally can. They probably will. They probably will give it to Goldberg.
Yeah.
We'll get that interesting conundrum because, like, look, Gunther's lost the belt, and then he can just win it back. Then he can stat pad. Then he can be like, oh, I'm a 3-time world champion and stuff. So.
Yeah, and after this, like I said, Gunther came out there, right, with the world heavyweight title, and he said, it's not 1999 anymore, it's 2025, and he apologized to Goldberg's wife and son for what he must do to Goldberg, and that the whole myth of Goldberg, he's going to make sure he's going to take responsibility that the myth of Goldberg dies. Short and to the point, you know what I mean? Again, the match is 2 weeks from now, and I mean, look, people are wondering. I think, look, in a perfect world here, Gunther retains. But imagine if that Goldberg Taker match was his last match. Would have been something, wouldn't it? That would have been something. Had that been the way to go out. But I feel like, again, I thought Goldberg, what he did here was pretty good. My bad, Gunther. I'm sorry. Gunther Goldberg. God damn it. What are your thoughts, Chase, on the Gunther segment there?
Very strong promo by Gunther. Liked it a lot. Thought Gunther killed it on the microphone. Did enough to get me excited for the match. And I hope it is a Gunther domination, but it's not going to be. It's Goldberg's going to hit his jackhammer, his spear. Gunther will kick out, act like he's like dead tired after wrestling 2 minutes, and then he'll do some chops. He'll do a power bomb. He's not choking it out Goldberg, so probably one power bomb. That'll be good enough if Goldberg wants to jump up for it. So one power bomb, 1, 2, 3. Gunther wins. So
yeah. From there, we see Jackie Redmond trying to interview Becky Lynch, which Becky mentioned that Lyra and Bayley are trying to basically get together and steal the Women's Intercontinental Championship from her. And then she just storms off, like, fuck all this. I got to prepare for my match. And as all this is happening, you see Jackie Redmond, who, by the way, just returned, by the way, welcome back, right? Approach Sami Zayn about missing out on the opportunity to win King of the Ring. And then who happened to interrupt him once again? Karrion Kross, stating that the moment has passed Zayn to become world champion. And Zayn finally had enough of hearing this, right? He tried to talk to him, right? Hey, look, man, whenever we get in the ring, it's going to happen. But he had enough, so he punched him, right? He punched him in the mouth, and then he said that he has spoke to Pierce that their match is now official. And later on, it was announced that Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn will happen at Night of Champions 2. So, again, bro, they added some matches like we mentioned moments ago. It is cool. Again, we'll talk about this later in our preview. But it's cool to see that, Karrion Kross is finally getting a PLE match, right?
yeah, no, good for Karrion Kross. He's worked hard. This is his first PLE match since the singles PLE match since Drew McIntyre at the last Saudi show in 2022, and then his first PLE appearance since WrestleMania fucking 40, when it was his group, the Final Testament, taking on the Pride, Lashley, and the Street Profits. So good for him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
He's gonna face Sami Zayn. It's gonna be
should be a good one. Should be a good one for sure. From there, we did get Becky Lynch versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Fun little fact: Bayley did wear her outfit that she was supposed to wear at WrestleMania before she got attacked by Becky Lynch. And for the most part, the match, it didn't really go long. Last time I checked, actually, it did. Yeah, it went about 13 minutes. It was okay for what they were doing, right? But you had to know in the back of your mind, okay, you're not gonna. There's gonna be some fuckery here, and obviously there was, and that was Lyra Valkyria showing up. She got on the apron, right? I guess Becky punched her off the apron, and this led to Bayley, telling her to, stay out of this, right? And again, Bayley about to go for the dive and elbow, and what do you know? Lyra can't help herself. She got involved, and this led to the disqualification. This led to the DQ finish. So obviously Bayley still retains the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Again, this is probably going to lead to a 3-way down the road. Most likely, if not, I don't think it'll be the Raw next week. Even though Raw next week, by the way, will be live at 6 p.m. special start time. Well, probably a Saturday night's main event. You could probably do a 3-way between the three women here. But what are your thoughts for what this was? What were your thoughts, Chase?
Yeah, I really liked this match. It was actually getting really good, and then they have to build story to it. And then I get it. Lyra had to get involved some way, somehow. They just made her character look so stupid. Like, she's getting involved over something, and then she lets Becky kind of get in her head, and she attacks Becky, causing the DQ. So now there's tensions between Bayley and Lyra. But I felt literally, I was like, wow, this match is getting good. Becky and Bayley, wow, this is good. Yeah, I like it. Wow. And then when Lyra got involved, it took a huge nosedive. Like, not even a good, creative, or fun finish with Lyra getting involved. Like I felt it was just too extra with what Lyra was doing. Like, I would have liked if Lyra was trying to, help Bayley, and then she ended up fucking up, and it ended up helping with Becky, and then Becky can, play off the fact that, like, oh, see, there's a conspiracy against me. She can, like, play off the conspiracy stuff, and then afterwards, like, Bailey looks at Lyra like, I didn't need that, and then Lyra just like looks like, oh shit, like I fucked up. At least then it's not like Becky won like the mind games battle. It's more of like we can just play on the fact that Becky just is afeared that everyone's against her. And then Lyra could have just said like, I made a mistake, my bad. And then Bailey can go back at her like the next week, be like, no, you came out there so I wouldn't win because you want to beat Becky, da da da. And you could have played off that, but instead it was just, oh, Lyra's there. Bailey has a chance to win. She's about to go for the Macho Man elbow, and then Lyra's pissed because Becky pushed her. So I'm an idiot and let me go attack Becky, costing Bailey the match. And now it's just like, yeah, no good character development for Lyra here. So that's why I did not like the finish of this match. The match itself, though, like beforehand, was really good between these two women. Like they actually did a really really good job, and I was thoroughly enjoying it. And then they decided, let's just do something stupid. So.
Yeah, for the most part. But after this, we did see Chad Gable getting attacked by who was it? By Penta, right? He got attacked by Penta. Even though before this, he was telling Ivy Nile that Ivy basically the favorite student for Chad Gable. But that's how the Creed brothers. It's also been noted that Chad Gable is dealing with an injury, so he'll take some time off. Wishing Chad Gable nothing but a speedy recovery. But it's okay. Chase, it's okay. You know why? Because El Grande Americano going to hold it down for everybody. Things will be fine. Things will be fine. From there, obviously, we did get Raquel Rodriguez coming out to the ring, and she basically called out Rhea Ripley. She came out, they brawled, they introduced a table, and Ripley almost put Rhea to the table, but Roxanne Perez, right, came out, right, and to make things more in the favor of Raquel Rodriguez, right, and Raquel put Rhea Ripley eventually through the table with the Tejana bomb, obviously. But you see the visual there, man. Look, it looks like Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. That might be the direction. Is like finally, Raquel starting to, embrace Roxanne Perez. It's all we asked for, right? It's all we wanted. Finn sees the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Roxanne Perez.
That's an Uncle Finn.
Exactly. Just you got to do is trust. And you know what? I know there's concern about now that Liv is out with an injury. They might have to strip the Judgment Day out of the women's tag team title. No, they don't. They can easily have Roxanne Perez substitute for Liv Morgan. Just like Naomi did. Remember a while back when Jade was out with an injury? The same thing.
Yeah. Most likely that's what they will do. Good segment. Builds up more of the Judgment Day stuff is honestly probably some of the best stuff on Raw. Just because like they're just doing like Finn's been great. Like he's been one of the more entertaining characters on television for WWE, but also too just the dynamics that they're trying to do like of an inner turmoil within the Judgment Day. And it's not like as annoying as the Damian Priest and Finn stuff where it was just like two alphas arguing about stupid stuff. Like this is like Finn just being a shit disturber. Like everything about the Judgment Day, why would you ruin this? And Finn's like, fuck this. I am not happy here. So I'm going to make this place my place. And he's doing everything he can to make it where it's like, it's going to be Finn's Judgment Day by the end of it and stuff. And, the stuff that they're doing with Roxy, it's good. She's the good thing about Roxanne is like, I see people upset that she's losing matches and stuff. And it's like, it's not like she's losing like horrible matches. Like, it's not like she's losing nothing matches. She's losing key important matches that, she's not going to be like the main person of. So that's the one thing you always got to put into consideration when sometimes a wrestler loses and stuff. But, now she's going to be with Raquel Rodriguez, most likely in the tag team scene. Raquel and Rhea is a nice little side feud for Rhea. They have nothing else for her. So, and
Yeah.
Raquel is someone that, they like a lot. So that's going to be a fine match at Night of Champions. I expect some tomfoolery in that match too and stuff. But yeah, no, I think
Street fight too, by the way.
Yeah, should be good. Yeah, nice little 9-minute clash between those two women. But yeah, no, I think Rhea and Raquel is good, and then maybe Rhea has to find a tag partner type of thing if she wants to go for the tag belts because she needs help. And Rhea hasn't really kept any friends. Like her only friend is Damian Priest, and I don't think Damian Priest can challenge for the women's tag titles. So it'll be an interesting thing how they do this storyline, but it's also more interesting for the Judgment Day because like Liv's injury is kind of like a blessing in disguise in a sense where you can keep her off TV much longer, so you can keep planting the seeds a little bit more. Where it's like, oh, like look at what Roxanne's been doing, and then it'll cause her into turmoil for Raquel when Liv does come back because Liv has been her, best friend on TV. They've won the tag titles multiple times with each other, and it's like one of those where like Raquel's gonna think to herself like, oh, like, but Roxanne, she's done this for me while you were gone, Liv, and so I don't feel like I can betray her and all that other stuff. So there's a lot of great like little drama that you can do in this storyline that is like really really strong. So I really like the Judgment Day stuff. It's probably like the best stuff on Raw right now in terms of entertainment value and segment value. Like it's just been good.
Yes. How's it going? What's going on, Venom? Hope all is well with you, brother. Hope all is well with you. But yeah, absolutely. Like again, it should be like you said, a 9-minute amazing classic at Saudi Arabia. But then after this, we got what's it called? The main event. We got Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes going at it in these men's semifinals to see who would challenge Randy Orton in the finals of the King of the Ring. And all I can say is these two guys went out there, bro, and killed it. This was a banger, as they say, right? Cinema, right? Real graps. That's what they're calling it now, right? The kids nowadays. Just back and forth, the near falls here. There's moments where you literally thought, okay, maybe they might give it a Jay. I was under that impression, hey, because at the end of the day, I said this on Kitchen, Cody doesn't really need King of the Ring. He's already pinned Cena at, what was that, Money in the Bank? He's already pinned Cena. So he doesn't really need the King of the Ring. But obviously, when it was all said and done, Cody Rhodes ended up getting the win. He pins Jey Uso. And there's a moment there because, again, they're friends, right? But at the end of the day, in a way, like, look, I can enjoy the story here. Hey, look, two friends with one goal to become champion, but they have to go through each other, right? So let them have it. Let them go at it. And they deliver for the most part. And obviously now because of this, as a result, it is Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton in the finals of the Men's King of the Ring. But what was your thoughts, Chase, on the main event match?
Really good Raw main event. This is what I expect every time when I watch Monday Night Raw, especially on the main event level. I want main events like this where I don't know who's going to win. Even though it's obvious and even though I've been watching wrestling for a long time, I still want some sort of doubt and stuff about who could possibly win. And I thought Jay and Cody, they delivered what could have been like a PLE pay-per-view level type of matchup between each other. Definitely one of Jay's best singles matches. I feel like Jay works well with Cody, Braun, and Gunther. Those are the only three that it's like, oh, Jay can get a good singles match with them. And I felt Cody and Jay, they had really great chemistry. Crowd really enjoyed everything about this match from start to finish. Like it delivered for the live crowd, which is one of the most important things for a main event is if the live crowd's into it. And they were definitely into this match. And I thought Cody and Jay, like I said, killed it. And Cody won, right result. Cody versus Randy should be a killer match at Night of Champions. It's been a match that, they've clearly been wanting to do, but because of injuries, whether on Cody's side or Orton's side, they kind of kept away from it. They kind of teased it a lot of the times when Cody was WWE champion, but they didn't want to pull the trigger because, Randy was so over and you didn't want it where people were like, yeah, we kind of want Randy to win the title and get Cody booed. So they strategically avoided that. They had Randy Orton because, like, the King of the Ring, they messed up at the last one where Gunther ended up, winning in a weird fashion, and then it was going to be Gunther versus Randy in a rematch for the trophy, but then that didn't happen because Orton got hurt. So they said, oh, you know what? We'll put it on the back burner because at Bash at Berlin, you had figured, oh, Randy Orton and Cody, that's when they're going to kick off the Randy and Cody feud. Instead, Randy goes for Gunther. We pivot towards Cody and Kevin, and that's where the genesis of that feud starts. So Randy Orton kind of stayed babyface, and they did a good job with it. And now we're going to finally get that Cody versus Randy Orton matchup, and I think it's fine. There doesn't need to be really any extra story to it. Like we know what both men's desires are. Cody wants revenge for what happened to him at WrestleMania. Randy Orton is looking to cement his legacy and become a 15-time world champion, and they both have a chance to get a rematch at the last real world champion in John Cena, or maybe CM Punk, or maybe Seth Rollins. Who knows? We don't know yet.
Exactly.
But
It's
I liked what they did here. I thought it was a really great main event and a really great outcome to lead to what should be one of the more one of the better matches at Night of Champions this coming
yeah,
Saturday morning. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Like this is what I want for Raw main events. If you could just make me care about the match, make it where the match is like not predictable, very enjoyable, something where it's like, okay, like I sat through 2 hours of like okay TV. Can this last 30 minutes be something where it's like, oh yeah, this is great? Like, can this last 30 minutes be something worth watching? And these last 30 minutes were definitely worth watching between Cody and Jay. Probably one of the better Raw matches that you will see, especially on the main event level. Like, this is what I expect, like for main events. Like, I think the main event should be held into a high standard for Monday Night Raw, and this over delivered. So, really good stuff between
for
these two.
sure. And at the end of it, like I just mentioned, like I just showed moments ago, when the match was over, they both embraced. You know what I mean? Obviously, this is not the official photo that you saw on Raw, but Javier added some stuff there, so there you go. But overall, Raw again for a go home show. Again, what's supposed to get me excited, right, for the PLE pay per view, whatever you want to call it. Didn't do that, did not. But again, that main event kicked ass for the most part. Anything you want to add to this before we move on to the preview for Night of Champions?
No, not a good Raw, like you said. Just not a good episode of Monday Night Raw.
All right, all right.
Very,
So
very mediocre.
yeah, for sure. I agree. I mean, again, yeah. Look, Raw was in Columbus, Ohio, but now we're moving on to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Oh, what the hell? There you go. Wait a minute. Wait, there you go. There you go. We're moving now to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It goes down this Saturday, live from again Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, WWE Night of Champions, where we'll see for the first time in like what 2013, Cena versus CM Punk. We're gonna see finally Cody and Randy Orton, right? Karrion Kross finally back on a PLE, right? Yes, I know it's called Night of Champion, but there's only 2 title matches, which is like, what are we doing, right? And I understand, there's the time that we're in right now. It's very risky, right? Like, why are they doing this? We talked about this on Kitchen. Turkey, you're just not gonna say no to Turkey. You're not.
Yeah, Turkey's way too powerful. I hope that the civilians that are going are safe. I hope that the performers. I like when people talk about like what's the risk of them doing this show. Entertainment wise, they wouldn't. I don't think anything bad, knock on wood, would happen during this show, because I don't think because that's not their target. They're not going to target. And especially there's a lot of important people attending this show, so
Yes.
that would be crazy for Iran to attack this show, because it's not just WWE wrestlers. I'm talking about important people in that Afghanistan, Middle Eastern, that attend this
Region.
show. These are Turkey's friends that he invites and brings out. So I think the show will be safe, knock on wood. But I hope the people that are traveling to this show in that Middle Eastern area, I hope they're safe. I hope nothing bad happens to them. I pray for their safety.
Same here.
I am concerned for those fans that live there, because it's a scary time for them, and hopefully nothing bad happens in surrounding areas to them as they try to attend this show.
Yeah.
Hopefully no missile strikes or anything. But in terms of the venue, the event itself, I honestly will say they're probably safe. I hope the wrestlers are being chartered, and same with the production crew. I hope WWE is taking care of them in that respect, because We don't want a situation where, like, what was it, like 2 years ago they were stuck on like 4 years ago they were stuck on a they were
On the
stuck
tarmac.
yeah
On
they're
the
stuck on the
tarmac.
tarmac and they couldn't leave and stuff. So I hope that doesn't happen again. That would be absolutely terrible. But
Yeah.
you know, all prayers to the civilians in Riyadh or people that are traveling to Riyadh from that Middle Eastern area. I hope you get there safe, and I hope you stay safe during this time. Hope the
Same.
wrestlers stay safe. And really, to be honest, corporate greed, TKO, WWE and Riyadh season, it's on you guys for running this show when you know there's a lot of crazy outside world events happening, and you guys couldn't find a way to either one postpone this show or two find an alternative, safer way to present this show. But I get it. I understand Riyadh season. They put a lot of money in to these Saudi Arabia shows. They pay a lot of money to the wrestlers. They pay a lot of money to WWE for this. They have
Yeah.
a whole WWE, we talk about WWE World. They have a whole WWE exhibit in
Yes.
Riyadh. Like it's like WWE Experience or something like that.
Yeah.
They have a lot of stuff that they put a lot of money into the WWE. Turkey invites a lot of important people, important ass motherfuckers. It's not only just the Prince of Saudi Arabia, it's a lot of high-ranking government officials that go to this event. So I get it from that perspective where it's like, oh no, this is an event we're putting on, we got to keep it. But as someone, if I was living in the Middle East, it'd be scary for me knowing that it's just like, hey, we're in a battle, and it's just like missiles are flying. Like I can see missiles fly over, like that, or I can hear it. Like you can hear these kind of things. Like missiles make loud ass noises. So it's like for me, it's just like I just feel like for safety of the people, I don't think it's like the best to like have an event where people have to leave their houses or leave an area where they may feel safe just to try to attend this event. That's just me. That's just me
I
as an
agree.
individual. That's just me as an individual. Like I totally think that you could have done this event somewhere in the UK. You could have done this event in America. Turkey has a lot of connections with a lot of stadiums.
I even heard people suggest, the UFC Apex, or if not, the Performance Center. But at the same time, it's like
But no,
that's
no, no, no,
still
no, no, no,
that's
no, no, no. You guys got to understand. Riyadh season is paying for the show.
exactly.
Riyadh season is not going to do no Apex or no Performance Center because you're not going to get the Riyadh.
Yeah, the real experience.
Okay. Guys, whoever suggested this, I'm here to tell you. Why is CM Punk going to Saudi Arabia? To make that paycheck.
Payday.
Why do you think John Cena is doing this? People need to understand the Riyadh season shows, the paychecks the wrestlers get are bigger than like sometimes what they make in 1 year.
It's like
And
double the WrestleMania check, basically.
yeah, Shawn Michaels didn't want to come out of retirement at all. He didn't want to do the tag match with the Undertaker and Kane and stuff like that. Undertaker personally called him and said, "You'd be an idiot to do this because they're going to give you this amount of money." Told him to go do the match because you're going to get paid so much money. Like, there's a reason why, like, these Saudi shows, like, a lot of the wrestlers, like, whatever their beliefs are and stuff, shout out to them. I'm glad that they stay strong in their beliefs. But they will go to these shows because they know it's like, oh, that paycheck I'm going to get, it's going to be really good because it's a paycheck through Riyadh season. It's not a traditional WWE paycheck. It's a Riyadh season check because Turkey has all this money they can pay and do all this crap for and stuff. So that's the thing. Whoever suggests the Apex or Performance Center is an idiot. Yeah, let's tell CM Punk. Like, let's tell Turkey that. No, Turkey literally could have found like a way to done it somewhere in the United States, hosted in a stadium, easily.
For
Like
sure.
he could have done this in Chicago. Found a way. Hey, Soldier Field, can we do this? Is there any way I can get my buddies over here?
Wrigley
Fly?
Field.
No, baseball season.
Oh yeah. Well, if they play. Will they be playing away that day? Hypothetically speaking.
I don't know, but I'm just trying to say no.
Yeah, I got you.
You're not going to cross that because they have to do a whole setup and everything like that. If there's anyone that can do a football stadium really quick, It's
Turkey
Turkey.
Alice.
Or go to a soccer stadium. Who cares? Like something that where it's like you can kind of recreate the feeling that you would have in Riyadh and stuff. But Turkey has the money for it. He can do this. So that's
Yes.
why it's frustrating because it's like when WWE's partner with Riyadh season or and TKO, WWE and TKO. I gotta say it's both because WWE TKO is one thing. But when they're partnered with Riyadh season, their hands are kind of tied because Riyadh season is the one paying for the show, giving the money to it. And Turkey, he just feels he's untouchable. He's a guy
He
that,
is.
he won't take no for an answer. Like he's not scared of you. Like this is the truth. Turkey's probably not scared of these missiles that are going on. Like he's just like whatever. Like that's how Turkey probably thinks.
Yeah.
He's not scared of this. Like he just isn't. Should he be scared? Yeah, I would be. But Turkey has all this power, all this influence. He has no reason to be scared. I'm not Turkey. I'm just telling you guys, this is how this guy operates.
Yeah.
Like after seeing how he's done stuff for the last 7 years, this is how this dude operates, man. So yeah, Turkey Alashiki.
Yeah.
One of the most scariest and powerful men in the world today.
World.
Yeah.
And also, to be fair, too, like, let's be honest here. This is such the WWE way of being. Like, yes, at a time where everything is, you should be scared and all that stuff. They want to be the ones. Oh, you see, in this tough time, we were the one to show the world that we weren't scared.
Oh yeah, they're gonna PR spin this that they did something courageous.
Exactly.
That when people were scared, when the people were scared, they came here. They came. Whatever distractions are going on in the world today, the WWE was there for them. Like Triple H, yeah, he's practicing the speech now to say it and stuff. Like they're going to spin it for sure. They're going to PR spin it that what they did was strong and courageous, and they didn't back down from the challenge and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, no, 100% and stuff.
It's happening.
But
it's
yeah, no,
happen.
like I'm just letting people know if you guys are afraid of like the venue getting hit or something, there's a lot of important people who attend this event. Like, and when I mean important people, a lot of important people. It's not just like Turkey and his buddies. Like, it's that Prince of Saudi Arabia. It's like a governor from another Middle Eastern country. It's another governor. All those people that you see in the front row in those nice little fucking chairs.
The lounges,
The lounges, those are all important people. Those aren't some just regular folks. Those aren't just some guys that paid 20,000 to sit there and stuff
powerful
like that.
people,
Powerful people. Like all those tickets are comped and stuff like that. The kids get to run around and stuff like that. So yeah.
They got petroleum gasoline in their backyard, just ready to just give away and shit. Basically, that's how powerful these fuckers are. But with that being said, let's get into this preview, shall we? I even have here the odds for the, they even like they got it real quick here. The odds too, I must say, for a match that got added literally less than 24 hours ago. I'm hoping, look, this is a good show. I know for a lot of people, this is basically one glorified house show with nice production, all that stuff. But I do feel like there's some matches here that can definitely deliver for the most part. Yes, it's Night of Champions, just 2 title matches. It is what it is. Let's get into this, shall we? We open this show off here. And again, I'm not saying you will, but we're opening this preview with Jacob Fatu defending the U.S. Championship against Solo Sikoa. The odds have this right now as we speak. This is courtesy, again, of Bet Online. Jacob Fatu's a minus 200. Solo Sikoa is a plus 150. I'll be honest, I thought this match was going to take place at WrestleMania, right? But ever since, Jacob won that title, Solo Sikoa has not been able to get his family, in check, has not been able to do so, right? And I know for a lot of people are expecting a new family member to make his arrival. I think so too. Is it possible that, hey, Jacob Fatu could lose the title? Let's say Hikuleo. I know he's been wrestling these dark matches on SmackDown the last couple of weeks. Maybe he gets introduced as the newest member of the Bloodline. Like, the Bloodline will never die. The Bloodline will never die, right? And he aligns himself with with Solo Sikoa and helps him become the new U.S. champ. It's very possible. And also factoring into, we see Jacob aligning with Jade down the road. I'm going to go with the surprise here. I think Solo walks out the new U.S. champion. And based on what I said too, with Hikuleo getting involved and all that stuff. Chase, your thoughts?
I think Jacob retains this time around, and then that will lead to Solo needing more backup. I think the Tongans, one of the Tongans will return. I think it'll be Tama Tonga, and Solo will do what he did with Roman. He'll be all happy to see, Tama Tonga, and then Tama Tonga ends up costing Solo the match because JC Mateo, he's gonna be on Solo's side. Jacob needs some numbers out, and then this leads to Solo saying, "Well, I gotta break dice. I gotta go wake up Hikuleo," and then Hikuleo will come somewhere else down the line, like probably like in 2 weeks or so. So I think Jacob retains thanks to the help of Tama Tonga.
For sure, it's possible to. Let us know also in the chat what's your predictions for these matches. After this, we have the women's Queen of the Ring final. We have Asuka versus Jade Cargill. As we speak right now, the odds have this: Jade Cargill minus 500, Asuka's a plus 300. Look, it should be like, again, like we talked about this earlier with Jade, right? Like some things just really aren't clicking, right? I expect Asuka to give Jade a good match to the best of her ability, right? And all that stuff. I don't think, I know we said this on Kitchen, right? Leading up to this, Jade doesn't need Queen of the Ring, in my opinion. I think what you do at SummerSlam is Asuka versus Io Sky for the championship, and you get to showcase on the biggest show of the summer two of the best at what they do, and all the Joshi fans can go crazy over this too. So I'm going to go with Asuka to win the Queen of the Ring. Your thoughts, Chase?
I think they're going to go with Jade. I think they're all in on this Jade push. I think Asuka should win, but I think they're going with Jade.
Okay, fair enough here. Chief writes here, I got Asuka winning after last night's match. I don't know. Jade just feels ready. Well, you never know, man. You just never know. After this, we have another women's match. We have a street fight between Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, right? As we speak right now, per Bet Online, Rhea is a minus 700. Raquel's a plus 400. Look, they should go out there and just deliver it. They're going to kill it, right? It's a street fight. I did enjoy the little segment from last night, right? I'm pretty sure, again, you can have Roxanne Perez get involved if she decides to fly over, right? And assist, again, Raquel. I think for this, Raquel should get the win. Just so, again, you can... just so Finn can, again, show Raquel the vision. Hey, look, Roxanne's here to help. And when I say that, I mean that. And she helps Raquel get the win over Rhea Ripley. And who knows, maybe down the road, right? All this leads to, eventually we get Raquel and Roxanne versus Liv and Rhea down the road, right? Who knows? But I'm going to go here with Raquel Rodriguez. Chase, what do you got here?
I think Rhea wins. They're in Saudi Arabia. It's what the prince wants. It's not what.
That is true.
Come on. That's true. The odds for Saudi shows, like, we always have to keep them with a little bit of a grain of salt, because sometimes, like, probably one of Rhea Ripley said, "Hey, went to Triple H, mommy on the card." Triple H's like, "No, I didn't think about that. Yeah, she's gonna be on the card." And then got mommy on the card.
You sound a lot like Paul, man. Holy crap, bro. Yeah, so we're working on your impressions, bro. Amazing.
I got mommy winning. I got Rhea Ripley winning this match. Shout out to Raquel though. Payday.
For sure. Absolutely. Reading the comments here. Why is Rhea still in the Judgment Day? Why is Rhea still in the Judgment Day vortex? Do they have anything? Do they have nothing for her? It's a good question.
Yeah, they have nothing for her. That's pretty much it. Like they're just trying to fill time. They're obviously, like, for whatever reason, he's not booking Io Sky in matches. Like, Io Sky literally has not wrestled a match since the Vecchio match, I think. And if I'm wrong on that, then she wrestled a match that I totally forgot and wiped from my memory. She's appeared on Raw recently. Like last night, she was in a backstage segment that only the international fans saw. We didn't see Rhea. We didn't see Asuka and Io Sky like hype up a potential match at SummerSlam. Like that was all for the international fans. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with. He has a better idea of what he wants to do on SmackDown with the women than he does the Raw women. Like the Raw women are all just kind of like la da da. Who cares? We're just walking around. Like that's pretty much it.
Oh, of course. From there, we move on here. And again, it should be a fun match for the most part. It's a street fight, but we'll see where they go. From there, we go to the men's King of the Ring finals. We have Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton. Look, in a perfect world, there would have been time to build this up, right? Because there's a story here. I know it's less than a week, but there's some story here. They have history, right? Legacy, all that stuff, right? And here we are. They're finally getting this match. I know for a while, like we said this on moments ago, they were planning on doing this for a while, but the timing just wasn't there, right? The odds right now for these two as we speak, Cody's a minus 700, Randy's a plus 400. The crowd could be split, right? You're gonna hear the Randy Orton chant, you're gonna hear the Cody chants, right? Like I said before, again, you could have had Cody go to SummerSlam without being in this tournament, but because hey, they want Cody to, go through hurdles and stuff, right? Because it's pro wrestling, right? As at the end of the day, I'm gonna go here with Cody Rhodes, and that's where we get the SummerSlam, rematch, the WrestleMania rematch at SummerSlam between Cody and Cena. But your thoughts, Chase?
Yeah, I agree. I think Cody's going to win. I think this is going to be a good match between Randy and Cody. It's going to be a nice, slow, methodical 25-minute classic between these two. So won't be the style most fans like, but they'll deliver what they can do best. And Cody and Randy will do a great job. There'll be a lot of drama, a lot of tension. They'll show respect at the end. But yeah, Cody's going to win at the end of the day. The American Nightmare.
Now, normally I would have put that as like the second to last, but being that this guy's on the card, they're going to go crazy for him. That being Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Mm-hmm. After weeks of Karrion Kross getting on the nerve of Sami Zayn, Sami had enough, right? So he punched him last night on Raw. And I think all of us here are just happy as all hell to see Karrion Kross finally on a PLE, right? Finally getting his moment. Had this match been in America, I would tell you Karrion Kross would probably get the win. Like that shock win, oh my God, right? But because they're in Saudi, and like you said a moment ago, is what they want, right? And Sami's going to get that big reaction. He's going to be over as all hell. Sami Zayn's winning this match.
Oh, yeah.
Your thoughts, Chase?
Yeah, Sami's winning. It's going to be a great reaction. Should be a solid match. I don't expect much from this. I think this will probably be one of the, next to Raquel and Rhea, one of the shorter matches on the card. So, yeah.
For sure. And then we get the main event for the WWE. Oh, by the way, the odds for this, in case, Sami's a minus 300, Karrion's a plus 200. All right. Now the main event. John Cena versus CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. As we speak right now, the odds have this as, let's see here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here we go. John Cena's a minus 3,000. CM Punk's a plus 900. Look, we enjoyed the quote-unquote Cena pipe bomb from last Friday on SmackDown. Is it the same like 2011? No. But I expect these two guys to go out there and deliver the hits. CM Punk, for the first time, is going to Saudi Arabia, and he's playing into the mind game of Cena, right? Because Cena's proving a point that Punk is now a hypocrite. All those years of saying he wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia and, F the establishment and, he's going to rebel. And now all of a sudden, he's the opposite of all the stuff from 2011, right? And again, this idea that Punk is winning the title, no, not happening. Should be a good match. Again, let them go out there, good 12 minutes. Not too much to ask for. 12 minutes for these two guys at this stage of the game. 12, 15 tops. But that being said, Cena's winning. No doubt about it. Your thoughts, Chase?
It'd be a miracle if CM Punk get a good match out of Cena. Cena's just not in. I've been saying it since the beginning of this year. He's not in ring shape anymore. Finally, people are catching on. It took a while. The live crowd will love this. They'll play the hits. They'll do a lot of mirroring of what they've done in the past. They'll recall a lot of spots. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tomfoolery somewhat in this match too, a ref bump and everything. It should be fine. If CM Punk can get Cena in a great match without tomfoolery, that'll be very impressive. That'll add a mark to CM Punk's resume of very impressive things he's done in his career. But I don't think he's going to be able to get Cena to wrestle a really good match. I honestly think this match is going to go longer than what you said. I don't think 12 minutes will be the time. I think it's going to be much longer because it is in Saudi. It's going to be the main event. Cena's last time there, CM Punk's first time there. I think they're going to try to push this into like a vintage 20 to 25-minute main event level match, but I don't know if Cena will be able to handle a lot of what Punk wants to actually do in the ring before the tomfoolery comes out. So it's going to be, and CM Punk, he's kind of like, look, CM Punk did everything he can during the MJF feud. After that, in ring wise, it's been hit or miss with this guy of what he can do in the ring. Sometimes he can be very remarkable. Other times it's just like, yeah, dude, you are a shell of your former self. Like your body. The thing with Punk is this: there's a lot of frustration with him in terms of his body. It's not like booking or anything of that nature. Punk has been a guy that has always battled adversity when it comes to injuries. The guy literally had like a knee injury, did a surgery, and then like a month later wrestled Ryback in a TLC match. Like that's how crazy this guy is. Like he can go through these types of pains and stuff. And I think it's frustrating for CM Punk knowing that, hey, Father Time is kicking his ass. He's not as nimble, not as healthy as he used to be. And some of the things he can and can't do, it's a hit or miss. And that's why they've been kind of putting Punk in these triple threat matches or multi-man matches. So that way Punk can do what he's good at in the short spurts. But in terms of wrestling that big time level main event style one-on-one, I think it's you just have to watch the Raw Seth Rollins match on Netflix, and you can tell it's like, yeah, Punk is not really at the same level that he once was. It's tremendous. He's still tremendous for what he can do, but
yeah, of course,
it'll be interesting to see if he forces Cena to wrestle a match. That's the interesting part of this. To be honest,
of course,
I don't know if he can, but we'll see.
We'll see, of course. We'll see. It all goes down this Saturday. Again, it's a busy week for TK, a busy weekend for TKO. You have obviously Night of Champions, then later on you have UFC 317. Again, crazy fucking Saturday for TKO. Again, I expect this to be a good show. Monday, because Raw is at 6 p.m. We'll see. Post show might be kitchen might be earlier than normal. So just a heads up on that one. All right. But that's gonna be it for us, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Much love to all of you. Let's take this back now to back to America. There we go. We're back. We're back here. All right. Yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. If you're new once again to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. If you're watching on Kick or on Twitch, hit the follow button there as well. If you've missed the other content that we did yesterday on Steve's Kitchen, we talked about the John Cena pipe bump from SmackDown, John Jones retiring, and everyone's thoughts on Night of Champions being moved or whatnot, and it's not. And we gave our thoughts on that too, and why a lot of you should really start, put some, keeping an eye on Turkey El Sheik and know who he is and know why he's such a powerful person. All right. You guys can follow me on X at Heel Steven. Follow the Around the Point Network on X at AT Point Network. Chase, let them know where can they check you out.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on X at ChaseOver68.
Thank you all for watching as always. We'll be back tomorrow for something about Dynamite, the watch along. And for that being said, for myself, for Chase, this has been the Raw Rundown here on the Around the Point Network. Peace out, y'all.